Happy Friday, everybody! And today is it's gonna be a great day today. I already messed it up. Anyway, right after the intro, we'll get right to the show. And I'm back, and look, I got a friend with me today. How you doing? This is Rebecca Williamson from Cambry House and Farm. Uh, check your mic. Your mic might not be working on your phone. So give it a few minutes here. Anyway, as I was saying before, welcome to Friday's edition of Parental Question of the Day. I am slightly just tired. I've been working a lot of hours, and she'll come back. Been working quite a few hours early in the morning. That's normal. So I'm just a little bit tired and working more at home. So anyway, so the parental question of the day is pretty simple. Again, I like to keep them simple. Here it is. So, when you go on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and you do live investigations on there, do you find it more helpful? Do you find that the activity picks up a little bit more with the chat going on in the during the investigation? Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you this time.
Oh, yes. Now I can hear you too.
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you all good.
Yay!
Just just the Wi-Fi is a little shot, but that's okay. We'll work with it. So, uh, while I have you on here, I'll have you answer this question. See how you like this question. Using Facebook Live or any social media network to do a live investigation, do you feel it more helpful or do you feel it like it's a distraction?
A little bit of both. I mean, like sometimes like people think of different questions to ask than I would have. That sometimes create more activity,
Uh
so
huh.
it kind of helps. Um, and then, but yeah, sometimes it is a distraction where you're not paying enough attention to the equipment and what's going on, and so you kind of miss activity. So
And that's what I was kind of thinking of too. I mean, sometimes, see, I like me, I like going on the lives and like to have a little fun.
yeah,
And so, but I could see where it could be a distraction because sometimes I don't go live when I'm doing investigations. So,
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I like sometimes I like it because it like gives me fresh ideas, but sometimes it's real distracting. So yeah, a mix.
absolutely, that's just one of those things. I like to try to keep my questions simple on Fridays and Wednesdays when I'm by myself.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So, while I have you here, I'll let you promote what's going on for you at the Canterbury House and Farm on Friday and Saturday this weekend.
Yeah, so ghost tours. Friday night, I have my 2 hour guided tours. It's like a history, ghost hunting 101. I like kind of explain how to use all the different tools that we use when we're investigating. And then, um, and then you go and investigate with the paranormal team. Tonight, we've got Chad Derry, the guest of paranormal, and Cheryl Ann Elliott Fletcher is helping us with investigations. And I think Cynthia and Taylor from Raven Rose might pop in later on in the night. So should be good. I got good teams that are going to be helping us do the investigations. got tours at 7, 8, and 9. So it'll be a busy night. And then
Right.
tomorrow we have our paranormal fair that goes on from 11 to 3. And I have like a bunch of different paranormal teams and others as vendors.
Right.
Get to walk around, ask all your ghosty questions, and hang out with some cool people. Learn some interesting stuff about investigating. Free tours of the house, and then Saturday night is an open investigation that goes from 7 until midnight, and that will start with like a history of the farm, and then everybody's welcome to go off and investigate. A lot of the teams are staying over.
Yep, they're with us. Wi-Fi is a little shoddy at her workplace, so let's see if she pots back in. There we go.
Investigation
Ooh.
that night, and so you can investigate with several different teams and kind of get a feel for different teams' investigative style, and you can wander all over and investigate on your own as well. But
Well, it's gonna be fun either way. I wish I could join in the fun.
plan, busy weekend.
Yeah. You'll love the playback of this video. It's a but no, you got your point across about the investigations. We lost her. Darn it. Anyway, so Camry House and Farm this weekend. If for those of you who didn't catch what she was saying, hey Lori. So there are places. Absolutely. Yep. Same here. I have a hard time going to places that they're a little bit out of my reach. But before we get into the Parental Question Day, that was Rebecca Williamson from Cannery House and Farm. The internet is not working very well there for her, so tonight they're having live investigations where they do the house and all that stuff, and they can walk around in the yard and the farm part of it. And then tomorrow they have the summer solstice, which is some paranormal investigators with vendors and stuff like that. So if you're in the Nauvoo area, Nauvoo, Illinois, please go down and check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a great place. Sit and talk with Rebecca. She's an awesome lady. So that's what we got going on the weekend there, and please give her a join. Thank you. My wife actually got that for me from Amazon of all places. So just want to apologize for the Wi-Fi. It's not by her choice. So if you had a hard time hearing her, that's what it was. But hopefully you're able to catch that. So anyway, we'll move on. I'll try and get her on maybe this weekend, and then she can explain a little bit more, and then hopefully the Wi-Fi will be a little bit better. Anyway, yes. So Facebook Live, or if you do Instagram, Twitter. Some people do use Twitter. I usually don't go on Twitter. So with that, do you feel if is it a helpful tool? Is it a distraction? You know, or do you find like you get more paranormal activity when you are live and you got the people in chat to help you go along with your investigation? Hey Megan, how you doing? Is Jody in here? Did I miss her? Hmm. Must be pulling from YouTube or something. Anyway, so what do you think, Megan? Using Facebook Live or any social media app, do you feel it's a helpful tool? Do you feel it's a distraction from what you're doing when you're investigating? And do you feel like the energy, the activity picks up more in your location that you're at? When they go live from the museum, I get to watch since I can't go with. Yeah, you know, that too. It really pulls you in, and that way you can see what's going on in the location. Absolutely. I overuse that word a lot. I see that. I do Facebook Live with my full spectrum. That's a one thing I've always wondered if full spectrum really contributes a lot. Sometimes. Okay, yeah, with the sensitives. Okay, so you get yeah. Okay, so you feel you get more increased productivity and activity and stuff. Now, the full spectrum is one of those things I do wonder about a lot. Is that effective? I mean, what do the different colors do for you in the investigation? Is it more so to like entice the spirits to interact a little bit more, or is it just more of helping you see a little bit better in the location? Yes, yes. And that also can help you when you go in your when you produce a video and put it on Facebook afterwards, and then that way you can point out as to what you missed and what other people have caught for you. Oh, infrared. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. But no, all seriousness though, with the full spectrum camera, I mean, I have one with the Ghost Stop. Okay, they have one that's full spectrum on there, and you know with its infrared and all that stuff. I just I don't know if that's something I'll ever use and changing the colors because if it's warmer colors, how much is that feeding into the activity? Is that something like they draw into more with a different color or um, something like that. I'm just not quite sure. So, but yeah, that was always my fascination with full spectrums. I was wondering if I spend too much on even getting something like that. Pardon me, my child is being too loud. All right. I wouldn't want to go. Okay, the whole time, as I think it can take away. Oh, take your. Yep. Yeah, doing long lives, sometimes I mean, I can understand. I mean, Taryn, she likes to go live as long as she can go live. And sometimes a lot of people just kind of just set it up and let it run and kind of ignore the live a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I can ignore the live when I go live because I want to be interactive with you guys on there. That way you can understand where we're at, what we're doing, and stuff like that. But most of the time, if I'll go live, I'll go like hour and a half maybe at the most, and then take a small little break because I think you guys in the audience want a break once in a while. I mean, just to reset yourself if it becomes too much uh, energy bleeding through to you, that can offset you a little bit too. So, yep. I mean, doing two different investigations can be fun. As long as long as like where was it that I was at? Um, yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I think it was at Edinburgh Manor. I had two investigations going at the same time in this live feed, where he had Kat Armstrong in the basement at Edinburgh, and then he had Cynthia Gerodius from Raven Rose Paranormal. They're on the second floor. So, and sometimes with that can be interesting and fun, but I feel there's a lot of bleed in when they do that. I think that could be a distraction sometimes because you want to listen to the what one person's doing, but then you want to know what the other person is doing. So that can be kind of confusing once in a while if they're both going at the same time. And that was actually interesting. I mean, that was the first time I ever did that, doing two different lives at the same time at one network. Um, I mean, it was enjoyable, but like I said, it's if one goes down, goes bad, and then there's a lot of action going on, versus the one that's not really a whole lot going on at the time. You kind of want to flip flop between the two. So that's what I end up doing is actually no, I think Kat's camera went down, so it automatically went back defaulted to Cynthia's live. But I don't know, doing that for so long, um, to me, it's kind of like when you're in a car and you have the window down and you get that wind tunnel going and it's making your ears pop and feel really weird. And it's very distracting when you're trying to drive. That's kind of how much that kind of feels like a little bit when you have two separate people going at the same time in the lives for investigating, because this has got equipment going here, this has got equipment going there, and it's just bleed through. Um, even though even in chat, like just doing this and talking to other people, I only can have, let's see, maybe 3, 4 at one time is about as much as I can stand. Because now when you start getting to the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in one room, in one chat room like this, that is that's problematic for me sometimes because I can't concentrate very well. I feel that I just start feeling a little off, and it just you lose your concentration as what you're trying to say and talk. Hey, Kenny. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to a point, it can be a distraction. Um, Now, as far as like, when I investigate, like I said before, I mean, I like to include the audience. And then that way they can, and what Lori has said too is they can catch what you don't see or what you don't hear. So, I mean, that can add to your investigation, sometimes too, which is great finds. I mean, I found my first doppelganger on a live. So, like it was meant for me to hear it. So that's where it can be beneficial and helpful for other people in the team that's at that at that location. So, but I do a lot of full on investigating, and like I said to Lori beforehand, is I'll go about an hour and a half, and then I'll turn it off, and and want to be in the moment type deal, and just really have your full concentration as to what you're doing. Sometimes going live too long, I think, hampers the investigation. And you know, I think you guys need a break as much as we need a break. I mean, I'm a guy that will sit in there as long as you're on. I'll sit in there for an hour and a half, and watch you. But then there's times like, okay, they're gonna take a break because I really want to take a break too, but I don't want to miss anything. You know what I mean? Give me a brief moment here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My kid was being too loud, and I gets distracting. Yeah. Now you get to talk to the chair. Yeah. Did my chair say anything back to you? I don't think Kenny knows about the chair bit. That's a good one, Lori. All right. No, thank goodness. Probably a smart ass right back to you. Oh. Hey, Carmen. Welcome to the show. So this is the paranormal question of the day. So basically, when you use Facebook Live or any other social media network during a live investigation, Do you feel it is helpful, distracting, and does the activity ramp up? Sorry for my plosive there. So that is the parental question of the day. Bring up my mic's up too high. Sorry. God, I look awful on camera today. I see. This is what happens when I work so many hours and then I work at home and then I look like crap on camera. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've heard of that place. I'll have to look that up later on. See, here's the benefit of doing a live show. You get to learn about new places. Thanks for sharing that. I feel a lot of times that I've gone live, not much has really happened. I don't know. We'll see what happens on July 5th. I'll be heading out to the Washoe County Historical Museum, and that's where Lori in chat works at. So me and my wife will be doing a 8-hour investigation there. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Definitely have to check that out. One of these times I'll get to Pennsylvania. Haven't been over there yet. Absolutely. I say that word a lot, but I like it. uh, but yeah, I'll definitely look that one up later on and check it out and see if I can find some lives with people at that location. Yeah. Uh, that's the same thing Lori has said too, and I think it is a great tool. Like I was saying to Kenny before, that sometimes I don't feel that going live for 2 to 3 to 4 hours at a time uh, is good, because sometimes that will wear out your audience, and I think a good hour and a half is a good time amount to be on live, and absolutely correct on that. When you can catch a disembodied voice, and if I didn't hear it and somebody else in the chat did, that's great, because then you can add that towards your data and your evidence when you present it to your client. I heard my first doppelganger on a Facebook Live at Sally House. So, and I've never been there, but I heard my friend, she went to supper, and I heard her voice down in the kitchen part. I'm like, "Are you guys gone? And it's like, "Yeah, we're gone." Well, I was like, "Well, I just heard your voice down in the kitchen." So, and then also another thing I want to bring in the point here. Let's check out the next comment. Yes, you can always play it back. Yes. And what I want to make a point here is it's good to have headphones on when you are watching these. Pardon me. Penhurst is cool. Penhurst is very cool. Um, what I was saying before is that you definitely want to have headphones on when you do a live, listen to a live. Even better to have ANC active noise canceling headphones. I feel with those with the ANC on, it kind of puts you right into the location, even when you're not there. You really feel that you're there, and you can hear things way more better than just flipping your phone out and watching it and hear it from their phone audio. Um, yeah, definitely have headphones on when you watch the lives. I think it helps tremendously amount. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that, about Penhurst being very touchy and stuff like that. The tunnels can be very crazy too. And they use that for um, a haunted house in October a lot. So, um, and that I think that can wrap up the investigation as well, with it being a haunted house as it is in certain parts of the property. I think that ties into it a lot. Okay, yeah, yeah. A friend of mine, another friend of mine. I have lots of friends. Sorry, a friend of mine. She's a psychic medium. She she went down to the tunnel, and she one of the things that caught her off guard, because of being that section where they do the haunted house. It scared her so bad, she almost pissed herself right there in the tunnel, which I found amusing. But obviously, not on a live would not be amusing. But um, I can definitely see that where it happens. Do you guys feel having uh, trigger objects and using them during the live? Do you think if someone else on the other side of that phone got a trigger object out for that specific live that you're on, and they're like, say, hey, I got let's say like a cross in my hand right here, and how do you feel about me having this cross in my hand, or the a rosary beads or something like that? Do you think that that could entice the location to get a little bit more active, even though you're not there, but you're holding up like a trigger object? Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's another, like I said, it's another place I want to get to. There's a lot of cool stuff out east that I haven't got to. Been to a lot in the Midwest here because I'm from Wisconsin, but I go to Iowa a lot for my investigations. And not to mention, today's plug is for Canterbury House and Farm. They are located in Nauvoo, Illinois, and they're right on the Mississippi River. This weekend, they are having a public investigation at the house, and also she does weddings at that place too. And tomorrow they have an event with a whole bunch of vendors. It's called the Summer Solstice. So if you want to head out there and get to meet great people and talk and share your stories, that's a great place to go to. Yeah, I think they would know. Absolutely. I think they would know if you got something. Even though you say it in chat, this is what I got, Or if you do a live with somebody else, like a face to face, live type deal, you're at home, they're at the location, and you say something like that, I think it would trigger something. Ooh, you got all sorts of goodies today. Definitely have to take a look at that too. And Ohio's not that far from me. I say on a good day with low traffic, probably a 9 hour drive. But um, but yeah, and you know that thing I was saying about before with the trigger objects, uh, that's actually something that just popped in my head today because I never really actually even tried that neither. So maybe this weekend I'll get find like a trigger object in my basement here while somebody's on a live and just say, hey, this is what I have for a trigger object. See what happens. That'd be a good list. Yeah. Hey, send a list over to my messenger page. Just Darren Boss on Messenger. Send it over there. Definitely look at that. Yes. I also I like to play old period music. Um, I think that's a pretty good trigger. And if you're, like I said, face to face, doing a live to live, and you play music from your home, and they hear it, maybe it'll ramp up the activity a little bit because now they're hearing what you're hearing. So um, I'm gonna have to try that. You're giving me some good ideas today. That's what I like. Something different, out of the box. Like being different. Being the same like everybody else can get a little boring. You know what I mean? Fort Mifflin is a pretty cool place. I seen that a lot on Discovery Channel. When Ghost Hunters was there, you know, let's see who else was there. Well, uh, Ghost Adventures, which I don't watch very much, but yeah, I've seen it there. That's a pretty big place, though. Pretty big place. I heard it gets kind of wicked out there. Okay, see that one I don't watch. I don't watch Portals to Hell too much. I mean Katrina's cool and stuff. Um, I watched her on PRS when she was on there. But I don't care for Jack Osborne too much, so that's why I don't watch it. I watch Destination Fear. That's the one I watch, and that's just because of they push themselves to the limit. But sometimes they get a little silly with that. It's all parent entertainment anyway. Moonshine. Hmm. Interesting. So, Lori, if you're still on, how did the place do during the big storm we had a couple days ago? Everything's still in good shape? I'm hoping it is. No, Watoma, Watoma got hit pretty hard. Pardon me if you can hear my boy. He's playing his video games. As he's listening, he's saying what his Instagram was. It's funny. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got today. Like I said, good crew coming in today. Very appreciative of you guys coming in and joining me. This is a lot of fun for me. Today I kind of look like crap, like I'm really tired, and I am. I my shift is like 4 a.m. to noon every day, and now my wife is having me pull shrubs in front of the house, so a little more extra work after work. So I'm a little worse for Warren this week. Okay, that's good. That's good. I was a little worried there for a moment. When he started mentioning Watoma, but not say it in the correct way. I was hoping that nothing happened. Yeah, yeah. And the thing is all I do is I sit and peel tape all day. That's all I do. So it can be a long day and a boring day. Uh, Luckily for me, I put in the headphones on and listen to a radio as I'm doing it, but it does give me a chance to catch up on some things because I do listen to old um, Facebook Lives sometimes just to hear something if I missed it during the week. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I used to go. I didn't go to the big Silver Lake, but I always did went to Little Silver. That's just up the road from Wild Rose. Oh, okay. Yeah, I find it very when you're isolated like that in a workplace or what I do, and nobody really talks to you. You can really listen to all that stuff and just concentrate really and focus on to what you're listening to. I find that a lot. I can just like I listen to music. It's like, I never heard this phrase in this song before. It's because I'm paying more attention to the music than I am actually peeling tape. So, yes, right by the Red Fox. A friend of mine, he has a little makeshift cottage there. So I used to go there a lot when I was in my teens, but haven't been up there in a long time. In fact, I want to say maybe 10 years ago, me and my wife almost bought a makeshift cabin in there, um, spot and all that stuff. But at that time, it was a little pricey, and I'm sure today it's probably up another $1,000 from what it was back then. So, well, it's a nice place. Well, I think it's getting close to the top of the hour here. Um, so for those of you, whoops, dang it, try this again. There we go. Oh, well, that's cool. So now there's been a lot of talk about Alcatraz. Um, there's been a few people who've been there and said they haven't caught anything. Like they think that it's not haunted or anything. And I'm like, well, when did you go? Did you go during the daytime with a lot of people and on a tour, uh, or did you go at nighttime? I don't know if they allow you to do tours at night there or not, but I heard that a friend of mine, he said that you can. go on an investigation, they just draw your name out of a hat, and you can go out there for free for an $8 investigation. And I don't know if they still do that or not. Okay, so you did more of like a covert investigation, um, and but that's smart though. You just never know when you go to a location like that. You just never know. You might be surprised what you catch. I'm surprised they don't do paranormal events out there, as the history is of that place and everything else that goes along with it. You would almost think they'd let you do a paranormal event there. But then again, it's California, and you just don't know. I heard a lot of things are shutting down in California. Like I think the Queen Mary I heard was shutting down. I don't know if that's still going or not. You got the Winchester. I mean, there's just a few places right there. I think they even got. Sorry, I think they even got battleships out there. Okay, yes, guard there. Hmm. Well, maybe at some point they'll come around and let people do paranormal investigations. I mean, I'm sure that yeah, you gotta take a charter boat out there, and I'm sure that kind of puts a damper on things a little bit. I can see that. Okay, Queen Mary's under construction. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That was like I think a year ago I heard about that. Now, I mean, with the pandemic and stuff like that, I'm sure things have kind of changed a little bit. But now you're saying that they don't want anybody near it. I mean, what are they worried about? I mean, is it just a heavy makeover construction going on, or is it just something that's just they just don't want anybody in the thing anymore at all? Oops. Okay, so it's a short ride. Yeah, and I guess if it's you know if the ocean becomes an issue, and that might be the reason why they may not let people do investigations over there. Okay, the whole thing is blocked. Hmm. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it is a neat place. I mean, I've seen it on a few lives and stuff like that when Nick Roth and you know Ghost Hunters was there and stuff like that. Of course, on TV. I've never been out to California yet, but um, you know, that's unfortunate. I'm sure it has a lot of activity in there too. The Winchester. That. Oh man. If I could get into the Winchester and do an investigation, I think I'd get lost. I wouldn't. I wouldn't know my way out because there's so many dead ends in that house. Hmm. Well, I'll have to look that up. Absolutely. Well, it's getting close to the top of the hour here, and like I said, thanks for joining me today on Paranormal Question of the Day. And if you did miss it earlier, hold on a second here. Sure, yep, I'll do that. I'll do that. Um, No, I was gonna say here. Oops. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight for the parental question of the day. And now I do these on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Wednesdays and Fridays are at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern. And this is just summer hours. So when school starts up again, I'll go back down to 2 o'clock, 3 p.m. Eastern. Um, and Mondays are always going to be at 8 o'clock. And usually I like to have a guest on Monday nights. So that way, I have Taryn on, my co-host. Which helps out a lot when we doing these guests and stuff like that, because her insights and my insights and with the guests, it really makes it for a really good show and stuff. And then on Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time, I have a radio podcast show, Paranormal Buzz Radio. If you don't know what Paranormal Buzz Radio is, it's an awesome network. It's on Spreaker.com, and there's a lot of paranormal podcasts part of that network. Mine is called the Paranormal Bus Stop, and it's basically a paranormal roundtable with all different kinds of topics. And we have me, we have Shay Carroll, we have Cynthia Gerodius, and we have Ashley Storm on every third Monday of the month. So this Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time, we'll be talking about shamans. So look forward to that. And then possibly tomorrow, I will be doing another live with a friend of mine that's going to be at the Cannery House and Farm that I was talking about earlier, which is in Nauvoo, Illinois. So if you didn't get a chance to hear that earlier, that's where there's a big event going on this weekend. So if you live close by, definitely go check that out and meet some awesome people and have a free tour of the house, and take the digital voice caller along with you, and listen, maybe catch an EVP on it or hear just somebody's voice. There's a lot of activity that surrounds that location. So with that, same here. Come on back. Always love the chat and stuff. So with that, you have been watching the Paranormal Brew and BB3 TV Network. Also, if you get a chance to check me out on MGS Paranormal on YouTube, that'd be greatly appreciated. Give a like and follow. And with that, I bid you adieu. So long, everybody.